Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Simon Barb Show. I'm so happy to be back. I haven't been here in like a month. Thank you for being here with us today. I'm really excited because I have Jade Hassoune with me today.
Yeah!
Hi, babe. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you
I'm
for
obsessed.
being here.
Thank you.
I'm
Also,
obsessed with you. I honestly, when you came, because you came to my radio show first, and then I told you to come here because I really enjoyed our conversation that we had.
So did I?
I really enjoyed because I saw a lot of myself in you.
Okay.
I think we have a lot in common with our interests and all that.
Yeah.
Music is your whole life.
Yeah.
Fashion is your whole life.
Yeah.
Movies are your whole life.
Yeah.
I want us to kind of dive in all of that.
Okay.
So
let's dive.
How old were you when everything started?
Oh my God, I didn't tell you that story, did I? Okay. I was like 9 or 10. Okay. And I took a little community theater class, and then we did like a presentation for the parents, like at the end of the session. And this story is crazy because like I tell it and it depends how people are and feel, but I say it different ways with certain people, but I'll just say it for real, okay? So I walk on stage, and then I'm on stage, and then my heart just went. And I saw my whole future in like a split second. And I was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna be doing forever. And
you just knew it this whole time.
It was like, you know, people can say with so many things like heart chakra, I saw my future, I saw a vision. But I know what it was though. It was like me in the flow state that like everyone feels, like athletes or whatever, riders, like you get into that zone and then you're connected to everything. So I just like had that moment. And so I became like obsessed in tunnel vision with becoming an actor like at 10. And that was so hard-headed, genre têtu as fuck. Oh, can I say fuck?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, and then I became obsessed. And then I just told all the teachers that I was going to do, all the adults, and everybody was kind of like laughing at me. But I was like, no, I know I'm going to do this and it's going to work for me. And, you know, I'm a little child of refugees, but I just thought I was just an immigrant back then. I found out when I was like 26 that we were actually refugees, but my parents didn't tell me and whatever. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I was also just like drawing all the time in school and stuff. So it was funny because it gave me this like privilege where like I could like leave class to go practice my theater stuff and like my dance, whatever. And like teachers just like knew that I had this thing, and I would always like negotiate with them and be like, why am I learning this? Because I'm not going to do this all the time. And they were like, they didn't know what to say. They were like, well, you have to learn this. And I was like, yeah, but I'm going to be an actor. So like,
you were pretty stubborn.
I was super stubborn, like extra stubborn, but that helped me so much because people were telling me it's not possible. These things don't happen.
So you believed in it even more. And you mentioned something earlier. You said tunnel vision.
Yeah.
That spoke to me because that was your vision. Like that was the only thing that you saw.
Yeah. And I knew that
you had to do everything.
But you know what? Underneath though, I knew I was gonna be like a pop star underneath. But I knew that acting was like also a passion, obviously, but it was logical for me. For some weird reason, it was logical in my brain, like that I can do. Like I know how I'm gonna do this, which is so weird because there is no formula, there is no guideline or like.
You gotta get in there. That's just gotta. The only thing, like you have to do it.
Yeah, and then later on, like I like manifestation, which is like super popular now, and I'm obsessed, and like that's my true passion is like how to materialize your dreams.
We spoke about that last time. It's super important.
That's the actual solution.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way because it's not about talent and it's not about the education you have and it's not about like even the contacts you have or the networking, even though it is part of it, but it is not it. That's not the networking that's going to get you to the place. It's like all that combined, but especially it's like that, it's that frequency, that energy of like seeing yourself there. And knowing that it's you and that it's going to be that, and then just following your intuition, which leads you all kinds of different ways, but then things kind of like happen in the most crazy way. Like I have so much evidence of that happening in crazy ways where the universe is just like, here you go. And I'm blown away. Like I have a million stories.
But intuition, like that is so strong. And intuition kind of brings me back to the people that surround me. That's super important.
Exactly.
Like, that changes everything. If you want to go somewhere in life, you surround yourself with people
Exactly.
that'll, help you and motivate you and kind of bring you in a way
Yes,
to where you
because
want to go.
the people in your life are the universe.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
It's not like it's just gonna
We're all
like
energy.
fall
They're there for a
from the
reason.
sky.
Absolutely.
It's people that bring it, always.
And they say that people are there for like a season or two.
Yeah.
Like either they come, they go, they stay.
Yeah.
But you learned something through all of that.
all the time.
Has that been
And they come back.
hard for you in a way?
Yeah, especially my breakups.
Oh.
People were like, it's just for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And I was like, no, fuck that shit. But it's actually true.
It is true. And you know what? It always comes back to that dream.
It does.
You never, ever lost your passion to dream. I think that's so special. And how did your parents kind of guide you and help you through all of that?
And they just like supported me.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know nobody knew how I could do this. No one. Not my mentors at school, not my parents, like no one. So I was a little kid just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Nobody knows how. I have no access. Like, I'm just gonna go learn it and do it, right? Like you have to like do the thing that you wanna do to continue doing it. And eventually it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, but you're still doing the same thing you did in the beginning.
What was the hardest part for you through all of that? Through the process of, making this happen?
I think, oh my gosh. For me, it was like, I had to grow maybe into someone to be able to receive what I really wanted to receive. And there's so many things that delayed me, like being gay, like being awkward, being different, but like not knowing it. And not knowing that I'm like handsome for a long fucking time, like super long time. So thinking I was ugly, like so all these things that just like took time for me to understand, that also meant that like other people around me got success. It's like I was always the runner-up, or I was like I did this reality show once and it was called Triple Sensation. And you had to audition. It was kind of like American Idol, but like musical theater. And I was selected, but just to be a runner-up. And then I was invited to go do the show and had like I could compete and like win my spot back in the top 12 and all that stuff. But then they like removed that. And I was super young, like so it was like devastating. But it was like, oh, you're almost there, but you're not there yet. You're almost there, but you're not there yet. Or like, and it's been like, and it's kind of still that, honestly.
Was that your first no? Or like one of because when you're told no for the first time, it's really hard because you're like, oh, do I want to move forward? Am I able to move forward? Do I give up? Like,
but you know what it taught me though? It's like, it's been like that every single time.
It taught you I'm that bitch.
But also it taught me like, every time you don't get the thing, it's because there's something better. If you're able to like slingshot the experience where and often it comes with like anger and whatever, and like you have to transmute it into something like constructive, but it always has brought me somewhere better. Like always, and I always get something that brings me more ahead than what I didn't get.
And you understood that at a very young age.
Yeah, because it's like I saw it happening, but it's time. You can't see it in the moment. But it happens. You end up seeing why, and like you realize, oh my God, that project actually was a flop, or like, oh, they didn't get the success I got at all. When I thought I was like not getting it and like I lost or whatever, but then I end up going.
When people say your flop era is serving, for me, when I read that, it means it's serving because you're guiding in a different kind of direction. you're going somewhere else that's going to lead you to something even bigger than what you thought.
Exactly. And that's my lesson. That's one of my big lessons of life. It's like it's like, the best energy to have in like everything that you want. And when you think you're not going to, like relationships or whatever, like a job, or it's like this or something better. Okay. So you're like, okay, if it's not this person, it's going to be a person that has all the qualities that they have that I think I want, but better. Or like, it's going to be this opportunity that I think is going to get me all the things that I think I'm going to get, but better. So, and actually, it's like a weird mix between choosing that and being open to that. Because if you just kind of say like, oh, I didn't get this thing, but I'll just settle for whatever else is there. But there's like that stubborn piece that comes in as well. It's like, okay, no, I'm not going to accept something else. Because it's so bizarre because like we get what we ask for. It's so weird. Like we do get what we expect, or like we get what we allow ourselves to receive or whatever. And it's like, if you decide, oh, I didn't get it because it's like, I'm not supposed to get that much or this type of success, or I'm not. So then you'll not get what you really want. But if you're able to stay open.
It's like an opportunity in disguise.
Yeah.
But how do you go about it? Let's say you have two opportunities showing up.
Yeah.
And then you have to go with, is it better in the long term? Is it better for me now?
Yeah.
Do you follow your heart? Do you follow...
Yeah, always your heart.
Do you follow her? Because I know she helps you a lot.
May Wells in the house. My bestie / everything. Yeah, I love her.
You know, it's so... I really appreciate both of you a lot. I know we don't see you, but I really do, because it's like both of you... Je vais le dire en français.
Vas-y.
Le pouvoir d'unir ses talents.
Ouais.
I think it's the best thing you can do,
It's amazing.
especially in this industry.
Yes.
Because you all have something different, and then you create something that's even bigger.
Exactly. And that's the perfect energy of like abundance and creativity, especially in music, because writing a song by yourself is great. Like you can be amazing and be inspired and write something great, but bring another person in, the song's going to be better. It's going to be better. If you're able to like be open and fluid and like flexible.
Because they're going to bring something new to the table.
It'll make something better.
Absolutely.
It's like everything. It's like I could be the best actor ever, but like with a director that actually like focuses my energy in a certain direction, it makes something great.
So I want to talk about acting, because acting is obviously a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
At what age, did you start kind of imagining your characters and all that?
Oh,
because you were in character since you were young.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. When I had that vision,
Yeah.
I saw it all. Like I knew I was going to play an elf one day.
Wow.
And I knew, and then there was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes.
Which was my ultimate show and still
That was your
is.
show, I remember you
It's
talking
coming back, oh my God. And it really showed me that, well, first of all, it taught me how to act, really, because it's amazing. And then it showed me like myself, because it's all about being weird and queer and amazing and epic. And then I also knew I wanted to be in a show that was like that. And that's what I was going to do. And I was a fangirl, like, I was an ultimate fangirl. I made fan art. Like, I'm the person that now I go meet around the world who like bring me fan art and are so touched by the story that we did, which is, by the way, an extension of Buffy, because the author of the books was inspired by the Buffy books. And when I met her, I read the books and I met her and I was like, at the premiere, I was like, you're a Buffy fan, right? Because I could see it all over the story. And she was like, how did you know? And then I said, I could see it. She was like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, oh my God. So that energy kind of, and it was the same with Drag Race. And okay, I want to say something to people.
We have to talk about drag. We have to talk about many things at the same time.
Okay, so sometimes in your life you're like so depressed, and you think your life is going nowhere, and you're watching TV.
Oh, wait, if we're gonna do this, I need 7-Up. There you go.
You're watching TV depressed, looking like a potato, a disheveled potato, wrapped up in your covers, and you're
That's
like...
a good thing. It's important to go through this.
You know what I've realized, especially recently, is that every time I've been in that state watching those shows, like for example, I had a whole phase. And I remember the main phase of me doing that was I was in New York City, okay? I had like done a show, like a performance. And then I had a friend who was there. I stayed with him. And for some reason, I don't even know why, I was so like anxious and depressed and weird that I stayed in his apartment for like 2 weeks, okay? I didn't go out, I was in New York. But I watched Drag Race. I like binged watched Drag Race, and we ordered these chicken nugget, like vegan chicken nuggets. Like,
it was vegan.
Yo, it was like way in the back. Like it was like 2009 or something. Okay, so like no one knew what vegan was, but I was I vegan? I don't even know if I was. But
it's true. It's like a trend now.
It was a trend now, and I was for 10 years, and then I'm not anymore, and now everyone is, and I'm like I was. Well, anyways, so I'm watching, and I watch Drag Race all these days in a row. Super depressed, thinking that nothing was working, or like that, that I would never. And fast forward, and I'm in the show. Like
that's
and that happens
the
a lot.
Tables turn because
you
don't even realize it, but the authenticity that is so important que tu dégages énormément. That's what changes. Like, you said, because you grew up a fan of, let's say Buffy and all that. But then, like I said, the tables turn because you start, becoming those people in a way.
Wild.
And you never thought of it, but it just happens because it was meant to be.
Yeah. And they're there next to me at Comic-Con. And I'm
absolutely.
Like, what the fuck?
Or just like having a fan club. Because you were probably a groupie when you were young.
Yeah, but there was no Twitter, there was no Instagram, like there was no phones.
But then now people come up to you and they say, I really appreciate you. I look up to you a lot.
Yeah.
That must mean a lot to you.
It's amazing. I cry, like I'm them, they're me. And
is it your most powerful love story in a way?
Oh my God.
Relationship that you have with your fans?
They're amazing. They're really cute. It's an interesting one because I feel like now I see them, and there's waves of different ones. It's like I see them, when we travel, and we've met so many of them because they've come to all the events and they keep coming, and in all the countries and all that stuff. But there was a moment, especially when it was like really big, like when the show had just been canceled, then it kind of like exploded, the fandom went wild, and that's when we started booking all these Comic-Cons and all these things, and we had these tours, and we would like, we went all the way to Korea and back and through Europe, and like we still do that. Like my friends are there right now, but I wasn't invited to that one. But but in that time, like they would give us so many gifts. We had to eventually tell them, don't bring us gifts because like we're traveling and we have these huge boxes full of things, like amazing objects that they make or that they buy us or whatever. And books that they write and create. And I remember being in Korea and opening one of these, and like I couldn't like receive it for some reason. I would like cry when I read them, and it was too much to handle. Yeah, because I didn't feel. We could talk about that. That's a whole other thing as well. It's like comparing myself in so many ways because my friends who are American on the show are getting the American entertainment industry salary and status and all those things that like us as Canadians, like we don't have. That's a whole other topic. It's a whole other topic. We can get and like, becoming millionaires and like me being like famous but broke, like confused because I'm like, all my dreams came true, but like I'm not rich. But people don't talk about that enough. I know. Because it happens often to people. To people that you would not even think in a million years that would happen to. Like so many, like TLC, the Backstreet Boys. Yeah. By the way, I met AJ when we were besties. What? Yeah, because we were both Comic-Con guests. That's crazy. And I was just like, oh my God. And he just walked by me. And then there was another friend of mine that I knew from way back that we were both invited because he was in the 100 and whatever. And it was in Germany. And I was like, oh my God, that's AJ. And he's like, yeah. I was like, what? He's like, oh, he's one of the guests also with us. I'm like, what? And he had just been to Montreal like a few weeks before, like 3 weeks before or something. And my bestie, Marc-Antoine, designer, had dressed him So I'm wearing Marc Antoine that little day. The next morning, I come to breakfast. He's sitting with my friend that I was talking to, like at breakfast. I'm like, yes. So I go, and he had just done Drag Race Celebrity.
Yeah.
And so I had the best icebreaker. I was like, hey, Jay, hey, what's up? I'm like, I did Drag Race too. And I'm like, and my best friend Marc Antoine dressed you. And like, I'm wearing him. It's like, yeah. And we were dressed the same. Like, he had nail polish on. We were literally dressed the same. Like, this. We were the same, okay? And then he's like, yo, we'll be brothers. I'm like, yeah. And anyway, it was cool and whatever. And then I was like, I'm so sorry, but like, can I fangirl? And like, can we take a picture? And then I was just like waiting for the picture the whole morning. And then like, I took it, but yeah, he was amazing. We spent all weekend. It was like so fucking cool.
That's crazy. When it happens so fast. And so I imagine it's afterwards that you're like thinking about it and you're like,
wait, I changed the subject. What did we talk? Why did I bring up Backstreet Boys?
Oh my God. No, but you were telling me about how, you saw those people and then now you're kind of meeting
because
them
the money and
like,
stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a whole subject that, okay.
It's like a roller
coaster. So something I learned is that the Canadian film industry is, okay, I don't want to be offensive or anything to like anyone, but like let's say example, okay, I'm gonna dumb it down like crazy, but it's like cheap labor for the United States, okay? It's cheap labor for Hollywood, period.
Absolutely.
And so the whole tax system, the whole everything is made to cater to the United States entertainment industry, okay? So everything they use are special effects, which is all Montreal based, by the way. All of Hollywood, all of Disney, every single thing is made in Montreal, PS. And people are here, programmed in a way. It's like, oh, we're humble, we're happy. It doesn't cost a lot to live here. It didn't, but it's different now.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity. Like, we have these Hollywood stars. Wow. But you stay where you're at, and you don't want to be a star. You can't be a star because you're from here.
There's no Hollywood here, let's be honest. It's not
people
the
are
same.
trying, and we're trying.
We're trying.
Yeah, we are, and it's happening.
Because I don't know why. It seems like
it's because
like let's talk about Quebec for a second.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why it's so hard to kind of when you say to kind of get comfortable by doing things that you've never done before.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen here. It's always the same people that you see on TV. It's always you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that in the States, there's so many opportunities. But I will say though, everybody knows everybody here. And everybody knows everybody's business about everybody. But in the States...
Especially you.
Yeah. But in the States, I think that it's a bit harder to kind of, I don't want to say grow because there's so many people and there's so many people that want to do what you want to do. Like, I think it's a bit harder than maybe here, but the salary doesn't come with it here. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Once you make it in the States, you made it.
Yes, but okay. The thing is that the talent we have here is worth multi-millions of dollars. It is multi-million dollars value, and it's more talented than the States. It's actually more talented here.
A lot of people from here go to
They come and they resource our talents.
They go to LA, or have you done that before?
Yes.
To kind of, they leave here, they go to LA, they make an album, they come back here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they just know it's not the same.
It's not. And once you do that, it's like a weird, yay, we know him. He's like, he did that. He's like, he went to Hollywood and now he's like here and he wants to be here. But there's also the underlying like, yeah, but we don't care that you're a star outside of here. Like, you're not really a star because we don't consider you a star in our system. But there's little openings, and the solution about how to stand out in the States is the same as always. It's what I talked in the beginning. It's like the only solution is to create that. It's like you attract it. It's like you become that because it's your success that you're achieving. It's like you're achieving your own potential of success and wealth and everything. And it doesn't come from like what's already there. It literally comes from inside, and you become that version of yourself. And that version has its own success, its own people, its own everything. So it kind of like gets created out of.
Because it's your success.
It's yours.
So it's your success, it's your vision, you're out there making it happen.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
And the reason why you have that vision is because it's possible to have it. It's like you wouldn't even have the dream if it wasn't possible. Because like the universe like wants to grow, like nature wants to grow through you, and it shows you like, yo, this is what we could do. Like this is where we can go, and it then guides you to that. And so this is why you have those desires. It's like we don't care about, I don't know, driving trucks or something. You know, there's some people really do.
They do,
But
and
that's
it's
because,
beautiful that they really care about that.
It is amazing. So we all have that. So that's why we care about that. Otherwise, we don't care. We don't care.
I think it's also, you know, when you grow up and you kind of see those people that you love on TV, like, or through your headphones, or, I mean, who were those people for you?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, wow.
Britney Spears.
Yeah,
the Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys. Like Céline Dion, Corneille.
Yes, because
Sarah Jessica
Parker.
Yeah.
I love her.
Jessica Barker that I worked with. Like
That is insane.
so many people. And you know what's crazy? Like example. Okay, so yeah, there was no one who knew how to do these things, but Manuel Tadros. Okay.
He's one of the greats here, by the way.
Exactly.
I know a lot of young people don't know him, but he's amazing.
Mrs. Xavier Dolan's dad, PS,
There you go.
right? And he came to my high school when I was in secondaire 1. I was like 12, and it was like career day, auditorium. There's gonna be an actor talking. He came, he talked. I was like, and I was like, I left and I was like, I can do this. Like, I can actually do this. And then fast forward, he's playing my dad in a movie all these years later. And I got to tell him, yo, you were like one of the reasons that I'm actually here. And that was crazy. And so, and he's Egyptian, you know, like, so.
But you made it happen. I don't know how to say it.
It's, but yeah, but it's, yeah.
And we kind of we were talking about manifesting and all that,
Yeah.
because then people think it's a trend now. So you know,
It is like,
but people want to do it, but they don't always know how to go about it.
because,
The thing is,
Yeah.
when you love something so much, I think you don't really have to think about it too
No.
much. It just happens because it's you. It's a part of you.
Exactly.
What you can change is what will make you better, or what
Yes.
will make you reach that goal faster. But it's inside of you. It's
it
not
is,
gonna
it
go
is.
away.
And, you know, I'm talking about the money thing, whatever,
Yeah.
but like, the version of me that's wealthy and successful and gets to receive what I want to receive had to learn those things about money.
Yeah.
Like, there's no version of me that didn't know those things, and I had to learn those things. And it wasn't easy at all, but like, I became obsessed with understanding what is money? Like, how do you create it? What is it? Like, what is it? What is, like, I learned so much about money. Like,
They don't teach that in school.
no, they don't teach that.
I don't know about you.
But they, yeah. There's a
In
reason.
college, I was able to take a class, but they should
Oh, cool.
focus on that
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, but
it's so
it's-
important.
There's a reason.
Of course there's a reason.
There's a reason for it. Like, if people are empowered, they can't be controlled.
But that's how you see how much everything is controlled at the end of the day.
It is, and it's nice, and we need that structure. It's like, we don't want to be like wild and crazy, but at the same time, naturally in us, there's good, and there's like calm, and there's love, and there's alignment, and like harmony. That's like the natural things.
Yeah.
And so if everybody was actually empowered and was connected to the source of who they are for real, it would be harmonious in the world, naturally. There would not need to be the control of like, that is fear-based. But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But
We need a bottle after this.
yeah, you go into it and whatever. But anyway, that doesn't need to be, you don't even need to like go in there. Like, I explored it, and it's dark and it goes real deep and forever, but especially in this industry. But the only way is to like elevate beyond the like duality, chaotic vibes.
Absolutely.
It's a whole different vibe. So you don't even need to worry about those things because it's like, this world is crazy because it's like overlapped with so many different layers of reality. So like everything's happening. So there's some people that are here to learn about those things, about like the darkness and the chaos and the struggle and the suffering and all that stuff. Obviously we all suffer in some way, but we all feel pain and all that stuff. But there's a whole other vibe of like,
it's what you do with that pain, by the way.
Yeah, it's like you transmute it.
It just changes everything. Like, you know, and I tell people, you know, I see so much hate online. Like on social media, I see so much hate, and I always ask myself, like, why don't you put that hate into something that you love or something that you're passionate about? If everybody did that, we would be.
I know.
I don't even know where we'd be because nobody's like that.
No, it's because it's hard to believe that you can, that it's possible for you. Like people don't think it's possible for them. It's the thing.
They don't think it's possible for them, so they don't think it's possible for you. And sometimes that can be the closest people in your life.
Oh my God.
Have you dealt with that?
Oh yeah.
Do you still deal with that today?
I feel like so much has happened in my life that now the people around me, they believe more than I do sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm able to, when I'm fully not believing and giving up and stuff, and I have to talk about a Buffy moment that like I always talk about, but anyways, I'll bring it up in a second. But when I stop believing that it's possible, the people around me, they believe it and they see it for me. And so they remind me that it is possible and that they remind me who I am and what I've done. Because it's really easy to forget. Like I forget really quickly.
When I saw you last time, you were kind of going through that. You were kind of in,
Yeah, it was like one of the depths.
Yeah, you were like in a roller coaster of emotions.
I was.
And it seems to be doing well since I was.
It's flowing. I just had to, okay, it's because, we're talking about manifestation. I became like obsessed with like, you know, it came to a point where I was like, do I believe in this or not? Like, do I believe that dreams come true or not? And I had to be like, I do. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that my biggest dreams are possible because I believe it. So I can do it. So I was like, okay, so I gotta continue because it's either I believe it or I don't.
Yeah.
So then I had to look back and be like, okay, all those dreams came true. All those crazy stories came true. All those specific dreams literally happened in the craziest ways possible because you never know how it's going to happen. The how is not how.
Like never try to think of the how.
Never.
It happens,
it comes,
and be grateful about it.
And it's always like mind-blowing because it just comes out of nowhere and you're like, what? This random person brought me that, like what? And, so once I was like, okay, it is possible, I was like, all right. So now that means that it's not the end. So now who do I become to go there, to that next level?
Yeah.
And in that year, this past year, I was like obsessive because now I don't have an apartment and I'm kind of transitioning and I want to move to LA and all that stuff. Okay.
So you're kind of everywhere right now.
I'm like nowhere, I'm everywhere.
I love
I can stay on this couch if you want. And I was kind of going against my natural way of creating my things. I've always been like very like intuitive, like not even really trying to, and I'll say it because May wants me to say it, but like I do work hard, okay? I work my ass off all the time, but it's like I love it, so I don't really, like working hard for me is looking at my emails. Like I hate emails.
Me too.
So that would be working hard. So when I'm trying to do things that are like annoying administration stuff, like that's me working hard. I'm like, so I have to find ways to like do that and have fun or whatever.
Just doing a bit every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I did my taxes this year and it was amazing. Like 15 minutes a day for a few days and then it was done and I was like, yes. So, yeah, I work, but things happen naturally for me, like, and everyone else. Because when you're like, it's enough to just dream and I have so much proof of that. The dream's enough. Okay, you don't need to go after it. like crazy. And usually that's my energy, because we all have our own specific ways of manifesting and creating. But mine is this natural flow. It comes to me, I respond to it. It's not me writing to someone, because every time I do that, it doesn't work. Like when I go directly and I'm like, hey, I want to do this, and here's what I've done, and blah, blah, blah. People are just like, so.
And that's why a lot of people give up.
Exactly.
Because that's what they think that they have to do.
And
but no.
And sometimes that can be your that could be your natural way of creating.
Yeah.
But mine isn't that. And I learned that this year. But I was doing the exercises and like writing in my journal and like writing what I want and being specific and like all that stuff, like all the million manifestation exercises you could possibly imagine. And it just wasn't working. And I was just so frustrated, and I left my apartment, and I was like, and I went to Europe, and it was great. So much happened, but then there was so many like doors closing, like back to back, like crazy. Like this contract that you thought you were gonna have and get this money, it's canceled. And these people, they screwed you, and this is closing. And oh, we said you would do this show, but now you're not doing it, and we didn't tell you, but we wanted you to do this, and blah blah blah, blah. And all these things were happening, and then I thought I was like going to LA and like all those things. And then I'm back in Montreal, and it's like the snowstorms, and like my things aren't working, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on? But a few weeks later, like literally like a month later, everything started to flow, and I started to see those specific things that I was writing all year coming, and be like, oh my God, there it is. Oh my God, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is.
It's always when you expect
it's like,
the last. Absolutely.
And then I'm like,
It's a lot to take.
And then it's like, while I'm like freaking out because I have to learn all these things and do all these blah, blah, then it's like, and here's more. And that's for, So anyways, so yeah, these things are flowing. Nothing is like for sure right now. Like I'm not, like I still don't know what's coming, but it's there and there's potential.
You picture it so clearly in your head, and I'm gonna ask you a question because I think you probably do that as well. When you work out, let's say when I work out, I always think of what I want to become.
Nice.
All the time.
Yes.
That's all I think about.
It's a great way to do it.
Like everything I want, everything I need, everything I dream, I think about it as if it was happening right now.
Yes.
Every time I work out.
That's a great way to do it.
People think of many things when they work out. People don't think of anything sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you think of?
That's amazing. That's actually a really strong way to do it.
Because you think about it so much that it becomes you in a way. And do you know who Mel Robbins is?
Oh my God.
She is that
Okay,
bitch.
hold on.
I love her so much.
No, but I listen to it every single week. Every time it comes out, twice a week. Reading her book right now. Obsessed. It's been 2 years. I've been obsessed. I tell everybody about her.
She made me see life in a different
that is
way.
so crazy. Yeah, she kind of saved my life.
She honestly did. And everything that she says is spot on.
It is.
I always go like facts in my head.
Her story is amazing. And on my birthday this year, I went to Indigo and I was looking for another book, but then I was like, oh, maybe I'll check the Let Them book at the same time. I knew I was gonna like just check it out, but that other book wasn't even there. And then I got a coffee, and then like randomly at the corner on the bottom shelf, right where I'm standing, the book is there. And I'm like, okay. So I took it, I went, and I just read the first, and I've heard her story a million times. By the way, guys, go listen to her story, because it's amazing. And then there's a little sentence, like it just says like, at 40, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was depressed. At 42, I was $800,000 in debt. At 46, I became, and then she just kind of lists all the crazy things that happened after, and I just like.
And now look at her life
crying
now.
like crazy, yeah.
It's insane.
So that story, because there's another program that tells us that if you're not a superstar at 18, you'll never be one.
Yeah.
And if you're a girl and you're not a superstar at 16, you'll never be successful past that, which is so insane.
That's the old mentality.
It is the old mentality, and it's like, it's false. It's a false belief. And I always knew that in my 40s was gonna be like really when my things start, which was always annoying for me. But at the same time, I always knew it was gonna be that way. And I'm not even there yet, so it's gonna be great. But when I hear those stories, it's amazing. And then I've started to like, and especially music, because music, it's even more like, if you're not a superstar at 12, And if you're not in the Mickey Mouse Club, you'll never be a pop star. But that's not even true. And then, but that's a program that we all have. That's so why it's...
Because it was a period where everything was controlled by men and by, you know, especially because that's what they like. They like, you know, young girls, like people that don't get older, you know. I think of Marilyn, I think of Judy Garland, I think of all those women that were so inspiring, that had so much talent, but that everything stopped for them because they were so controlled in a way. And, you know, rising to fame now is different than before. You know, you have social media, you have so many things going on. You could be 65, your name could be Shirley, and you could be on top. Like, everybody can know you because of your, let's say you make stupid videos on TikTok. You're famous after that. You know, stupid things like that, but it's important to kind of consider it in a way. To understand that vision that it's never too late.
It's literally never too late. And also, fame is not real.
What is fame?
Okay, fame is a big poster printed.
Yes, that's it.
In really big.
Absolutely.
And when you're looking at it, you're like, I feel nothing. And you're like, I'm here. And that's just a really big paper. And I'm here. And that is not I feel known. That's how it is. And I learned that really early. And it always made me depressed because I would get a movie, I'd be like, oh my God, my life's gonna change. And then it would in some type of way.
But it's
then I'd be like,
it's temporary in a way,
Yeah. And then I'd be like, wait, hold on a second. I was like, I feel literally the same. And I'd be like, I was sold that like, you elevate into this
other dimension.
It's not true.
But I think that real fame is when you inspire other people.
Exactly.
And like when people come up to you and they tell you, I love your work, I mean, that makes the whole difference.
Yeah, it's the people.
What fame is. Like people,
it's the people.
You have an impact on other people's lives. I mean.
And it's the people you meet, you work with. That's literally it.
That you kind of grew up, you know, idolizing in a way.
Also, and then you realize, oh my God, that's
insane.
just a person. And they're so normal. And I used to think.
They're so normal.
Yeah, you're like, they're just a person.
Yeah.
And I used to think that I would have to like become someone else to be this person. And when Shadowhunters premiered, we were literally like Hollywood Mansion, Disney, our premiere. The whole network has changed its name because of us.
That's insane. You saw the whole
Superstars
thing.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And I was there and I was like myself with like my friends who I adore. And I was like, shit, I'm just so myself right now. And my dream is literally happening. And I was like, okay,
Live the moment,
I can be myself.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna work. That was like really cool to get. And
like through all of that, was there ever space for love?
oh my
or
God,
something?
there's so much love.
Yeah, of course.
There's love all over the place. I have like lovers in so many countries.
How many countries? Okay.
And
I love that for you.
Yeah, me too.
Like order them like a pizza.
Yeah, but then it's order a pizza. But yeah, anyway, I'm learning about what I actually am and like how my relationship type is and all that stuff. So it was like a journey. But yeah, there's space for love, and of course, like you become kind of separate and sort of like isolated in a way, because remember I was talking about the frequencies of like different types of things, and it's like it's just acting. Okay, acting. It's like 99.99% of actors don't work. Okay, so that's just one frequency, and then there's the working actor frequency. That's a whole other frequency. And then there's the working actor who's successful frequency. And then there's the working actor who's actually famous.
Wow.
And then there's the working actor who works constantly and makes tons of money, but it will never be famous. And then there's the super famous person who makes no money. And all these things are different. And so it's all like choices. And there's specific, it's like you get a house and then you're like, oh my God, I have 3 closets. And you're like, it's your dream house, but you're like, now that I'm in my house, I realize I need 4 closets. And you're like, damn, I didn't think about the 4th closet.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, well, my dream is needs a little more like upgrade, and that's what happened to me. I was like, oh my God, all my teenage dreams came true, except the money part. It was like I was like sold that like I would be rich and famous, but I was literally delivering Uber Eats, becoming famous, people recognizing me, and me being like, here's your food, bye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, no one knows that.
Oh,
I've never said that.
That's, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and then, learning about all that stuff. But also I had no idea about money. Like I made a lot of money and it flowed in and it flowed out. And I lived amazing, crazy stuff, like crazy shit, like penthouses in Paris and like crazy, crazy stuff.
When you go through the whole thing, though, it teaches you a lot.
It does.
And, and people are very quick to judge, but when they don't go through it, they'll never understand.
Exactly, which is why the isolation thing that I was saying.
Struggles, like all the challenges that you go through, I mean.
And that's what it's all envy. About.
Yes.
Envy is real, and it's a lesson. And Mel Robbins says it perfectly.
She'll say to your face.
It just shows you what you're not doing for yourself. Like it's like you want this thing.
And that's why it makes you so uncomfortable because you're kind of ignoring it. It's there, but you're not looking at it.
And it's so interesting because often in those spaces of like self-development, oh my God, we're ahead of time, right?
We're good.
Okay.
10 minutes and we're chill.
In the self-development stuff, it's always like, they always talk about corporate people because these conversations, the artists don't talk about it because artists don't talk about money and they don't talk about jealousy and envy, which is huge. It's like only about that, but no one talks of it. So I'm obsessed with that because I'm like, I feel it all the time. I love the people around me, but I also see myself wanting what some people have and like not understanding why I don't have it and like whatever. So that's when I discovered, okay, jealousy and envy are two different things. Like
yes,
jealousy, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose something. And envy is like, fuck, I want this thing that I don't have. And
it's
they have it.
Okay to envy things. That's the thing. Like it's okay to want things. It's okay to work for it. But being jealous is a whole other topic.
Oh yeah, it's
not the same thing.
And in the spaces, because I'm obsessed with like self-development too, and it's always corporate. So, but the perfect example is this. It's like, if you see Lady Gaga fucking killing the world, you're like, yes, okay? But if it's like Susan, who's like 2 desks ahead of, like next to you, and then 2 days, like a year later, or 2 years later, she's like, I quit, I'm starting my muffin business. And like, she becomes like super famous on Instagram and then like her life just takes off. Then you're feeling like, oh my fucking God, Susan got this thing.
Susan, and she finally did it, this bitch.
Susan fucking did it and I didn't do it. And this is what envy is. And this is what Mel Robbins says, like, they show you what you could have been doing or what you need to be doing. It's reminding you of your desire. Like, what have you been doing all these days? Have you been like watching Netflix, which is totally fine, or posting online or whatever you need to do to make the most stuff.
Bit by bit, like not doing too much, but I do think it's very important sometimes to just do
rest
and rot.
That's huge.
It's important,
huge.
especially because your brain kind of needs to sit in a way.
And it's like you said, like working out, you need to take breaks. And that's when you actually grow the most, is when you stop. So you can rebuild. And same thing with your neural pathways, like everything is, and that's why I like exhausted myself with the manifestation stuff like all year long. And I was like,
you can't, exhausted. You know what? When you don't take a break for yourself, let's say, and it doesn't even have to be working out. It could be going for a walk. It could be reading a book, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it's going to make you think of your own life, that's when you manifest. That's when you kind of take a step back. Because if you don't take the time to do that, I mean, it's always going to be a routine every day.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Resting and celebrating.
Yes. And also being proud of everything that you accomplished.
Oh my God.
I think some people kind of take that for granted in a way.
I forget all the time.
They forget to kind of look back. And if you tell yourself, okay, like 5 years ago, I didn't even think this was possible.
Sonia Benezra!
And now it is. This bitch better call me. But you know what? And after that, you're like, okay, so I know that I want more, but let's celebrate what I have now.
Yeah.
And what we could,
And that amplifies it. It becomes more after.
It really does.
So I learned this amazing thing, like talking about money and all that stuff, but it's like, if you can find a way to manifest money, then you can do anything. Then all the dreams, because money has the most resistance and the most programs and the most like nervous system activation of like fight or flight that in the entire subjects of the world, that's the biggest one. So when you can handle that and like change your nervous system and all that about it, then you're like, whew. So I learned this thing, and this new book just came out. It's called The Having. Okay, amazing. Get the book. And it's this Korean like guru. a money guru for like multi-million billionaires and stuff like that. But like she finally did this interview, and now this reporter made a book about it, and it's super cute. It's like written like a story. It's really amazing. But basically, and it took me so many years to understand this. When you pay something, we usually think of it like it's coming out of me. Like I'm losing this money out. And so you're in a vibe of like, you're losing, okay? Like my pile is getting smaller. But if you just switch it to, oh my God, I have $3 right now and I'm getting a coffee and I'm getting chills because it's like, I'm getting this coffee. I have $3. I have it. It's there and I'm having it. And this $3 is doing this for me right now. And now you're like,
because you're in the moment.
Yes,
you're enjoying everything. Yeah.
And then you're attracting more.
Yeah.
Because it's that vibe. It's like I have my car. I needed to like fix my car and like so many payments. And I swear I was like, okay, it's $700. And I had it in my pocket at that moment. And I was like, I paid it and I was like, I literally had $600 to pay for my car. That is fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's a mindset thing.
It's a whole different vibe. Because then I would have been like, oh no, it cost me $600.
I think it was, I love Dolly Parton a lot.
Yeah.
She's kind of behind a lot of the decisions that I make in my life.
Okay.
I think she's so
Tell me more
inspiring.
about that.
She's kind of said something once that, when you walk in a room, no matter where you are, in your head, be as rich as you can be. Even though whatever you have in your pocket kind of doesn't reflect.
Exactly.
Because being poor or rich is a mindset at the end of the day.
It
Like
is.
you can walk in and somebody can think you're worth $15 million
Yeah.
and you're worth, a Subway or something. But who gives a fuck? Because that energy that you have is convincing.
Exactly.
And will bring you so much. That's all it is at the end of the day.
Exactly. And Dolly Parton and RuPaul is also obsessed with her.
I love Ru.
And also, I went to Indigo and read all of RuPaul's biography.
She's a brain, but she is so smart.
Fucking amazing. And it's inspired me so much. And it was crazy because I got to read, he talked about when he met his peeps who created the shows with him, who created World of Wonder.
Yeah.
And they wrote me letters for my green card. Like they actually, and at that moment I was like in touch with them. They were like supporting me.
Green
and I was,
card, wow.
Yeah, so I'm doing my green card, yeah.
Yes.
And I was reading that biography and I was like, their names were coming up and I was like, at the same time emailing them and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And
Yeah.
being so inspired and understanding because he talks about how everything happened. And I recommend that book because it's like, RuPaul's the same. Literally a squat kid, like living in squats, club kid, not knowing, just knowing he's gonna succeed, but not knowing how. Meeting all these people through the scene, including them too.
Yeah.
Years later, they reconnected and then made a song. And like years later, like super years later, then they created some TV shows, like all that stuff happened, but they were already in each other's lives for a long time. And then,
Why does that make me think of us, Gina? Why does that make me think of us? How we met? Because when we met, like I told you, I
Yeah.
came here for a job interview.
Exactly.
And it didn't work out, whatever. And then we saw each other back a few years ago and we created this show. Like,
exactly.
you don't think of
And he
things
was like,
that.
oh, I met these guys, this guy called Fenton Bailey and his partner, and they were just like doing music in the scene, and they were from London or Australia. I don't know. I'm not too sure. And then he's like, I signed this with this label because RuPaul was just like an artist before. Before
Yeah.
he did drag, he was just. And then he's like, I signed with this label. It didn't work. We like did this song. It came out. It was playing on the radio, but I was so depressed. And then I called them and I was like, guys, like, I just need to talk. And then he went to their place and they were like, let's just write a song. And then they wrote a song. And like, it just kind of happened randomly and they didn't even think anything of it. And then it just
happened.
And then one day, RuPaul just like put on like a woman's outfit, and then
Yeah.
he noticed that everyone was like obsessed. And then he's like, "Oh shit!"
That's what I was meant to do.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's crazy because RuPaul, in reality, and everyone's gonna like lynch me for saying this, but RuPaul's like not really like a drag queen at the core of
Oh, I
because
know
there's real drag
100%.
queens. Like there are drag queens and they want to be a drag queen. But RuPaul understood that if he did drag,
Yes,
he would be a superstar.
that's why I said that he's a brain because of all that.
Because he's just like a pop.
And now it's his empire. Like,
Now he's like the queen of drag.
Seelie, comment ça?
And gave.
Ouais.
Also, when you're able to help others become abundant, you
Yeah.
become abundant.
And he broke down barriers also. I think the ones that do that kind of take that risk, when you do that, you have no inspire.
Yo.
No way.
You know how many people
No
tell
way
me?
who you're gonna inspire, who you're gonna.
Exactly.
It's insane. It's insane.
That's what we have to be, especially looking like we do.
Yeah.
We have to continue being who we are.
I mean, that's why I say I feel like we connect a
Yeah.
lot. It's insane. I keep seeing my 5-year-old self in you when we talk.
And I know people are scared and they're
Yeah.
like, they try to like be, like they love me, so they try to protect me and they tell me often like, you know, you should probably like tone it down if you want to be success. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tone it up. I'm gonna wear an even more cropped crop top, not because I'm that way necessarily, but just because it's my responsibility
Yeah.
to do it.
I mean, that's what our favorite ones, that's what they did. I mean, you were talking about Lady Gaga earlier, but there was a thing, because you know a lot about Gaga. I know a lot about Gaga. I love her so much. But she was meeting with Liza Minnelli backstage, right? She was talking, you know who Liza is.
Of course.
And she was in a school play, and they didn't want her to play the star because she didn't have blonde hair. She had, you know, dark brown hair at the time, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, well, Liza did it. You know what I mean? That mindset just changes everything. But at the end of the day, I think I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of where you're going.
I'm proud of you.
I think that God gave us talent, and we're very fortunate. We all are. So thank you for coming to the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you guys for being here. That was it. Yay! Oh mon Dieu.